What is going on, football fans? The New York Giants are back at it for week 4 of the preseason as they take on the New England Patriots. The Giants and the Patriots both come in at 3-0. The Giants, of course, coming off a narrow victory over the Cincinnati Bengals in which they won 25-23. They've also knocked down the Jets and the Bears. Now, if you look into it, the Bears didn't play any of their first-team players. The Jets only played their first team for one drive. So what does this really tell us? The Bengals suck. So, what does this really tell us? Not much, but Daniel Jones has looked very good. The O-line has looked strong outside of Will Hernandez last week. The first-team defense has looked suspect. The secondary, kind of what I expect, has not looked very strong. They're a very young secondary. They're going to learn as they go. They've never played together. Literally, these guys have never played together in their lives. Jabril Peppers new to the team. Antoine Bethea new to the team. Janoris Jenkins, the only guy that's been there, and everybody else is a rookie. So, we know that the secondary is going to struggle. The X-Man has looked strong. 3 sacks in his last 2 games. We've gotten pressure on the quarterback. As a team, we've got 8 sacks over our last 2 games, which is encouraging. However, the first-team offenses have looked very strong against us. I can't deny that. Andy Dalton, 7 of 10, a $110. Of course, hit that touchdown over the top, and Sam Darnold went right down on the field on us. So the defense certainly has a lot to work on. The offense, we don't have that good of a read on. Eli Manning only has had 3 drives. Saquon Barkley hasn't played. Evan Ingram hasn't played. Sterling Shepard hasn't played. And we haven't gone up against first-team defenses. The most important thing from this preseason so far is the offensive line has looked like a cohesive unit, and we are relatively healthy going into the regular season, which is by far the most important thing when it comes to training camp and the preseason. We don't have the problem that the Texans have with Lamar Miller. We don't have the problem the Colts have with Andrew Luck. Our team is ready to go outside of the Golden Tate suspension for 4 games, which is not good. Corey Coleman probably would have been a kick returner. I didn't expect him to have that big of a role in this team. We are healthy going into the year for the most part, as far as our starters go. Alec Ogletree is back from the calf injury. Don't expect him to play in this game. He's on the first-team defense, but he's ready to go. I think DeAndre Baker will be ready to go week 1, as he was getting first-team reps in training camp, splitting time with Corey Ballantyne, who's been a great story. Really rooting for that kid to crack the roster. I definitely think he will. He may even get some time week 1 against Dallas. We'll have to wait and see in certain packages. But, yeah, that's where we stand right now. And what this game is about, of course, Daniel Jones will be making his debut. He's looked great. 25 of 30 so far in preseason. This will be his first start in the NFL, albeit in the preseason against the Patriots' second-team defense. It's still an exciting moment for Jones and the Giants alike. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Jones could do out there as he continues to try to build some more confidence going into the season, a season in which we expect him to see the field at some point. And hopefully Jones continues to prove the doubters wrong, myself included. Last week he looked phenomenal. He hit Britton Golden over the center on that throw, about 35 yards up the seam, down the middle. And that play went to show you how good the offensive line was, by the way. Looks left, looks center, goes to Golden. Third read throw, had time to throw, clean pocket, and a bullet from Jones showing some confidence. He later then hit the rookie there on the sideline for a beautiful catch. Darius Slayton, I think it was for about 27, 28 yards, almost went in for 6. Darius Slayton, of course, then re-injured his hamstring. He will be out for this game, and he runs the risk of potentially not being on the opening day roster. He's had 2 hamstring injuries to the same hamstring in the preseason. Not a good start to his career. Hopefully he could get back healthy, because we could certainly use his explosion both in special teams and on the football field. So that's not good news there, which brings us to the wide receiver position, which I'm really going to be looking at. The wide receiver position, I think right now you have 4 givens. I think there's going to be 7 spots. I think right now you have 4 givens. I think your 4 givens are Sterling Shepard. I think obviously Cody Latimer. I think Benny Fowler will be on the team, and I think Russell Shepard, because of his experience and because of how good of a special teams player he is. I think those 4 guys are on the roster no matter what going into the start of the season. Those other 2 or 3 spots are up for grabs. You got Alonzo Russell. You got T.J. Jones. You got Darius Slayton. You got Reggie White Jr. You have options there, and that is what I'm going to be looking at in this football game. Which wide receiver is going to make a name for himself? T.J. Jones has been pretty consistent. He's had a lot of good efforts. I think he's scored 2 touchdowns. He's looked pretty strong. But he is a veteran. He does not have as much upside as some of these younger players. It's going to be interesting to see where the Giants go there at the wide receiver spot. But a big game tomorrow night by one of these guys could certainly help him in making the 53-man roster. The tight end spot, same thing. Simonson, Conrad, who's going to stand out? Who's going to stand out to get that 3rd spot if they only go with 3 tight ends? The third quarterback position. Right now, I would say Laletta is probably in the lead. Tanny, though, does have the experience. He could teach Daniel Jones more things on the sideline. Even though he's only played in 2 or 3 games, he's been in the NFL now for a decade. He knows how to read a playbook. He knows how to read defenses. Lalletta's still wet behind the ears. However, Laletta is a Dave Gettleman guy, former 4th-round pick. So, I don't know where to go with that. But if Laletta has another strong game and Tanny doesn't, Laletta would certainly be in the lead there for that third quarterback spot. This is what we're looking at there on the offensive side of the football. The defense, well, it's pretty wrapped up, I think. I think the defense is set to go. I think I know for the most part who's going to be on this roster. It's just a matter of, who's going to be starting, who's not. But, you're not going to see any of the impact guys in this game. Maybe you'll continue to see Conley, who's had a very strong preseason. Maybe Tay Davis will get some burn. B.J. Goodson fighting for his life on this 53-man roster. I think in the end he makes it, but we'll have to wait and see. Britton Golden, I'm really looking forward to in the special teams, coming off a punt return. Maybe he can build off of that. But like I said, this game means absolutely nothing in terms of wins and losses. Both teams are 3-0. One of them will finish the preseason undefeated. But the Detroit Lions went undefeated. Where did that get them that year when they went 0-16? So it means nothing. Just go into the year healthy, go into the year with some confidence, and maybe the Giants can prove something against the Dallas Cowboys. I am just thrilled that we are healthy going into the regular season. That's the most important thing, that the O-line has looked relatively strong outside of Will Hernandez with all the penalties last week, and that Daniel Jones is ready to go. I mean, 25 of 30. I don't care who he's playing against. Some of those throws have been absolutely fantastic. So we have definitely learned some things in this preseason, and hopefully we learn a lot more when it comes time for the regular season. But I cannot wait for kickoff. Hopefully the Giants can finish the preseason at 4-0. Hopefully they stay healthy and we get ready to go against the Dallas Cowboys. I unfortunately will not be able to make the beginning of the stream on Mr. Bad Dog's channel, but please go on over there and support him. Does a great job. I'm going to try to stop in there for the fourth quarter as I will be at work. But as always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.